It's Figma time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Figma number 076, old Figma, from the Touhou project. It's Sakuya Izayoi. This one has been a long time coming. A lot of the Touhou project figures look pretty cool, and I've been wanting some of them, but yeah, they are really expensive for the most part. I'm really happy to have found this one pre-owned on AmiAmi. I always encourage you guys, if you want to look at old Figmas, if you want to find old Figmas at a decent price, always have an open eye to the pre-owned section at AmiAmi or Mandaray. Just not eBay. eBay is really overpriced on that one. But enough of that, let's have a look at the figure. I have the Bad Apple theme song playing in my head ever since I started this review. Is that normal? I can see if I can put it in the background of this review, but we're gonna have a look at the size real quick. She stands at about 13.5 centimeters to the top of her head, which means we're going up to almost 5.2 inches tall. Overall look and detail of the figure. This is a really old Figma, so we're going with the old design of the character. Touhou has, it's constantly evolving. It's a constantly evolving beast with so many iterations, and I don't even know. It has everything, right? Has manga, comics, animes, everything. So anyway, face sculpt is very nicely done. Let me actually, this is annoying me. Face sculpt is very nicely done. Got the cute maid outfit. Tons of detail in the hair. Really flowy. It's a little bit unclean as it is connected down here, unfortunately. But I really gotta hammer the point home that this is old. This is Figma 76? We're at over 400 right now, okay? Just saying that. And one thing that I really like is the paint job on the ribbons over here. I want to point this out because paint jobs have been here and there, hit or miss. This one is really clean, especially on this one. This side there's a little bit of a slip, but forgivable. Then you got the red line in the collar, which is probably printed on. Actually, no, there's a bit of a slip. As far as paint job goes, there's not much else paint to speak of. You have the little ribbon that goes around the collar, and the rest of it is basically white and dark blue plastic, which kind of makes the question, is it too dark? Like I'm saying, there's different designs of the character. Most of them I've seen were a lot brighter, but also the hair sculpt. Sometimes it looks a lot more purplish like that, other times it looks almost grayish. So you be the judge of that. But then you got the ribbon in the back. This one is actually molded on, cannot lift that up, completely movable. As we move down to her legs, she has the holster for her knife, and it's pantsu time. Regular white pantsu, classic stuff for the Figmas. And her little shoes, which the only issue with the paint over here is that the socks on her ankles has a completely different tone from the white in it. Also has a little bit of bleeding. It's not the worst, but it is there. For your articulation, I'm gonna keep her on the spinny base because she's really small and then I have to bend over in my back and whatnot. So anyway, apologies for that. It's kind of annoying, but it makes it easier for me to review it. Ball hinge in the head makes it move back and forth. Does tilt side to side a little bit, and it does not. Now it rotates all the way around. Okay, so loosen up. This one is pretty stiff, so I gotta be careful with it. It is old after all. Then we got the double ball combination, one ball in the chest, one ball hinge in the shoulder. Rotation goes up and down. You can move this one around. Can move the shoulder piece around. Does she have a bicep swivel? No, she does not. Ball hinge in the elbow. Goes up over 45 degrees, goes down. Also rotates, so be careful with that. Don't want to break. It is a pretty big ball hinge though. And then the old school Figma, just the hinge in the hand goes up and down. Also has rotation. It's really stiff though. Then we got the chest area. Has nothing. Just the lower torso over here. Has the tiniest bit of motion. Wiggles around. It's alright. And then you can tell, like these things, the entire torso area, you can tell it's an old Figma. They really weren't experimenting like they're doing now, because the entire dress is hard plastic. Cannot be moved around, is not cut up, is no soft plastic. So as a result, that goes out only a little bit, goes to the back. Has some rotation in the thigh, ball hinge in the knee and another ball hinge at the foot. It goes forward to the back and does tilt side to side, oh so slightly. For the accessories, you got a mop. This is your special accessory of the figure of the day. Looks very nice, mold. It is simple, but there's a lot of detail in it. So you got a mop for all your Figmas. And you got two more faces, one with the open eyes looking to the side and the closed eyes smiley face. Nicely done. For the hands, you got one open hand, well, kind of holy hand, probably for the mop. But there's another one that's a little more open, and then you got these ones which are specifically for the knives. I'm gonna show you that in a second. And then there's the fist hands, and then there's one with a watch because she controls time. This is actually very nicely done. Look at how clean this is. Has a little bit going over the line with the paint, but I like all the small stuff that's in there, and this is really tiny. So, and then there's the throwing knives. I don't even dare touch those because of how small they are, so I'm gonna leave them in the box right now. This is for the hand. You know, you stick the throwing knives into these parts of the hand, and then you got the big knife with the green handle for her holster on the thigh. And that out of the way, you got the Figma base and the Figma bag to round off your accessories. So this is gonna bring me to the final thoughts for this figure. What do I think? Now, personally, I gotta say I really like this figure. It looks good. It's very simple and fairly generic to have a maid uniform. You know, we've had that here and there, but it's not quite schoolgirl uniform level, alright? But still, Figma does that very well. It is a simple figure, it has a simple design, but what is there is done well, and I like the mop, I like the clock, I like the little swords, even though I would have preferred they would have just put that directly in the hand, but you know, you got some throwing daggers. So overall, if you like what you're seeing, I do recommend this figure, but again, be careful because these Touhou figures usually come at a price. And I mean, this one, back in the day, that was like what, 20-30 bucks if you would bought this figure back a couple of years ago when it came out. That would have totally been worth it, but you know, these days, just if I had to put a price on it, I'd say like 40 bucks, maybe. No, 40, maybe 50, it depends. But yeah, you gotta make that up for yourself. And again, if you want one at a good price, always keep your eyes peeled at AmiAmi pre-owned section, mandarake.com. I say it quite a bit, so go there if you want some pre-owned stuff like I got. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever. Sakuya Izayoi once.